Hello, everyone. I am back. And apologies, a thousand apologies for the audio not working on the previous broadcast. I talked for 30 minutes before I found out that there was no sound. And that was a problem on my end with the way my audio was set up. I didn't have time to test it because I was running late to begin with to the first broadcast. So I didn't test the audio and everything. I just assumed because the camera was working that there was sound. So now I'm pretty sure that it's working. I have tested it and it appears to be working. Well, thank you so much. If you weren't able to join earlier and now you are, thanks for joining. And if you tried to join before and are coming back, thank you so much for rejoining and trying again with me, because this is a really powerful, important ceremony. I've reset up my tools, and so we're going to have a good time here today. And the first thing we'll do is just open our sacred space. I know I did that before, but then I closed it, so I'm going to reopen it. All right, so I have here just a little bit of like this Palo Santo. I'm going to cleanse our space a little bit, and then I'm going to call in the wind to join us at our ceremony. And in this after we do this release and reclamation ceremony, that's going to release all of the pent-up emotions you've had since the beginning of the year, as our world goes through all this turmoil, as our families experience anguish over the pain and suffering and deaths from COVID, from the war going on in the world, from all of the pain and suffering that we see across the world as people lose some of their rights, like the women in Afghanistan, and maybe some people in the United States as well. So these are things that we may have really strong emotions about, that cause us to have grief, disappointment, loss of hope, anger, fear, anxiety about the future. All of these emotions, they build up inside of us a little bit at a time. I mean, we have this price increases, and I don't mean to be a downer, because there's a lot of hope for this world too, and for humanity, and we're gonna tap into that today. So what I'm gonna do is just call in the wind to join us with my wind whistle, and today we're going to invite Notice, the cardinal wind of the south, to be with us at our ceremony and help us to take our emotions and blow them into our tool, which is going to be a bowl of water. Right now, if you didn't previously prepare, what you need for this is 2 bowls of water. It can just be plain water, and then some salt. How much salt? It's up to you. Also, you want like some pen and paper if possible, and then and you can use color paper, you can use plain white paper. It's really up to you what you use. Then there's some optional items. I brought some flowers, some jasmine and rose. I brought some essential oils. You could use some dried herbs or spices. And also I have some food dye coloring, because colors can represent emotions, right? And so I chose red. This is my favorite color, and also represents some very positive emotions for me. So that's why I chose red. And also, this is the blood moon. So isn't that interesting? That kind of ties into the blood moon. Now, let me just go ahead and open sacred space. We'll talk a little bit more about the full moon. Notice of the south, we want you to join us in this ceremony today, and bring your power, your powerful healing from the south, the warm winds from the fires of summer. Bring that into our ceremony today and hold us in that warm, healing wind. hold space for us while we perform this beautiful ceremony to release emotions and reclaim our power through positive emotions. Now, I do know that Notice is here with us, and so let's get started. And at the end, we're going to draw, we're going to have a little 3-card drawing, and you can pick if you want card 1, 2, or 3. All right. Oh, also, I brought some tea. If you want to bring a cup of tea to have with me, mine is red rooibos with a little bit of kava. I kind of need a little bit of kava after that last broadcast that didn't work out. So that calms you down a bit. It'll take the edge off, and that rooibos is very sweet and delicious. All right. So what I'm going to do here is bring this in front of me, and I'm going to show you what I have. I'm going to put the camera on it for you. All right. So hopefully you can see these 2 bowls here. I have my little ceremonial candle. You don't have to have a candle. Was my choice. Now you see each one is on a piece of paper, and right now these are just plain bowls of water. And I got these on a deal at I got them on a deal. It was Dollar Tree. Everything's a deal for like $1.25 each, and they look like fine crystal. And I don't know, maybe they don't sound like crystal, but they're pretty cool. All right, they're good for ceremonies. So this one on the darker paper, I'm going to use to draw in the negative energies. And what we're going to do is put our salt in there. So I brought a lot of salt, and last time I think I put too much salt. So I'm just going to pour in the salt, and salt it's a good, powerful tool you may have heard used for protection. It also draws things out. It draws things out. So it's going to draw out those negative emotions. Anything you want to release, we're going to direct to this bowl right here. And I brought a spoon this time instead of using my finger. We're going to stir up that salt. Yeah, isn't this a cute little spoon? It's got like a little crystal on the end. It's for the tea. All right. I'm just going to stir that up a little bit in there. And you may have seen, I did a broadcast before about grief bowls. And so you can use this for putting in your room to draw the grief out of the room. And you can sit it out for like a month or however long you need to absorb that grief from the room. And then you discard of the salt afterwards. And so this is similar, except we're not just withdrawing grief, it's withdrawing any negative emotion that you may have or anything you want to release. And so what you can do with this paper underneath, and I already got it wet, but so I drew some symbolism on here and wrote some words. So you can just write words. You can put what you want to release on this paper. And so I drew, it looks like a horn of plenty, but it's really supposed to be a tornado. And the tornado is sucking up all this negative emotion. And, you know, emotion can be like a tornado. It can be like an angry storm, right? And then I put this symbol up here is my sigil for release. And you may have your own sigil for release or symbolism, or you can just write release on there. And that's what we're going to dedicate our intention to this bowl for. Now, this other bowl is our water that we're going to use to attract and reclaim our positive emotions. And so for me, I wrote on my paper, and this color to me is very attracting too. It reminds me of warmth of this summer, of sunshine, of flowers. That's why I chose this color. And I drew like a sun on here with radiating out some symbols, and just very simple symbols and words: love, peace, forgiveness, joy, and little symbols on there. And then the spiral in there. That spiral is drawing in, pulling in these things that will help me to reclaim my power over my emotions and my power over my life. All right. So you are the alchemist here, and you're going to use these tools to draw on what you need. So for this, what we're going to do first is we're going to work with the salt to release. All right. So what I want you to do is I'm torn between looking at my words and looking at the bowl. What I want you to do first is we're going to take 3 breaths. And with each breath, breathe in through your nose, a deep breath down into your stomach, and then we're going to release out with all your might these negative emotions that you want to release. We're going to blow it right into the water. And if you blow out your candle, that's fine. We're getting this into the water. All right. So with me, let's empty and breathe in through your nose. All right. I'm glad to hear this sounds good, Michael. All right. Now, second breath. Let's breathe in through your nose. We're breathing in, notice. And then we're going to release out anything negative inside and give it like a loud breath of release. And stay empty. All right, one more breath. Do you feel that already? Do you feel that release like giving you tingles? All right, this last one, make this last one count and get every last bit of those negative emotions out of you. And right away, you'll start feeling lighter. You'll start feeling more powerful. Are you ready? Yes. This is a powerful tool. We have the water, we have the salt, we have the wind, this air in your lungs. This is the element of air. This is really a powerful alchemist tool, as well as the water and the salt. So this is going to be a very powerful tool for you to release that. Now let's prepare this other bowl. And like I said, I wanted to use red because red for me represents a lot of positive emotions. It's my favorite color. For me, it represents passion and joy and drive, success. It represents love, warmth, healing, positive emotions in red. This represents my blood, my ancestors. This represents my power as a woman. And so I just put some of that into the water. I'm going to try to get the camera on this better. Okay. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of essential oils. I've got some basil and lemon. Basil, this isn't holy basil, it's regular basil. And it is very good for lifting your mood, for treating like depression. And it is the smell of that just right away that really affects the aroma affects your mood. And lemon is very powerful too. Now, I'm not crazy about lemon essential oils. Quite honestly, they're very good, but I don't like the smell of lemon too much. But the combination of basil and lemon together is very uplifting to me. And I just know what kind of power that both lemon and basil have for healing. So I think those are the best ones to use in here. And now I'm going to float my little flowers, and I have a rose I'm going to put right in the center. And that rose from one of my rose bushes, it's kind of small. It's really cute. And I got some jasmine petals. Jasmine representing beauty, representing peace. and youth. I just love jasmine and the smell of jasmine. It just really takes me back. And this bowl, I'm going to put it on the bowl so you can see it floating. This bowl represents beauty, love, peace, forgiveness, joy, all the things I want to attract. Just want to take a moment to feel the energy from this beautiful bowl of attraction. Now, the full moon that we have is the flower moon. It's a blood moon, and there's a lunar eclipse this evening. You'll be able to see it on mainly on the East Coast, or I think it's around midnight. The West Coast, I don't know if it's too light at that time. It's about 8 o'clock, so you might be able to see it. But I heard the Eastern United States will be able to see it better. Whether you can see it or not, still very powerful energy affecting the Earth. And the Earth's role in causing that eclipse, it creates this beautiful red glow on the moon, and that's why it's a blood moon. And I feel like that effect of the Earth with the moon in this eclipse situation is really creating this powerful grounding effect. And so that's why it's the perfect time to do a ceremony like this, a ritual like this, for your emotions, so that you can live your best life from this point forward in the year. So I just want you to sit at peace with that. Now you have done this magic already yourself. This bowl, this beautiful bowl, right now is attracting what you want. What you want your emotions to feel like, what kind of positive things you want it to come into your life. You're setting your intentions right here in this beautiful ceremonial bowl. So now we need to let the moon do its part and set these bowls out all night. And then tomorrow give them back to the earth. All right. What I want to do now is just release the wind, and then we're going to go to our second part here where we'll do a little card drawing. All right. Notice we release you from this ceremony. Thank you for being present and bringing your healing warmth to this emotional ritual to allow us to reclaim the power that can get us through the rest of this year with abundance and harmony, all the things we want in our life. All right. My hands smell like the essential oil. It smells really good. All right. Well, I'm going to move these out of the way for now. Okay. And next, I brought this Queen of the Moon Oracle deck here. So what we're going to do is work with this one. And I already shuffled it like 3 times already, but I'll go ahead and shuffle it for you again. All right, and I'm going to just cut these cards. Shuffle it one more. I'm not the best shuffler because I have real small hands. Okay, and we'll see what the moon. So what we want to do is see what the moon's attracting to us for going forward into the rest of this month and then the summer. So what does the moon say about what you need to attract in your life for the summer, for the next 3 months? And what I'm doing is putting out 3 cards. I'm going to show you. Oh, it's not a good angle. Sorry, guys. Let me put them over this way more. All right. So I've drawn these 3 cards. we'll say 1, 2, 3. So I don't have a little piece of paper to mark them. 1, 2, 3. So you pick a card, and whichever card that you pick, the message on that card will be for you. So think about that. Use your intuition to zone into this 1, 2, 3. And in just a moment, I will flip them over one at a time. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start with number 1. Oh, we got hunger. Look at the wolf. Wolf moon. Wolf moon hunger. So what this card is saying is that you already hunger for what you need in the summer. Oh my goodness, I've got some dramatic music for that. Sorry about that. You already hunger. You know inside what you're hungering for the next 3 months. And so it's up to you to let this moon help you to manifest those things for yourself. Now, the wolf, they run in packs, right? And they hunt together. So you may need to work with other people in bringing your desires to fruition. So don't leave other people out of the equation. Be sure to partner up with the people that you need to satisfy this hunger for what you need. And this full moon is going to help deliver that. All right, so put it this way. Number 1. Now, if you chose number 2, this card is for you. And hot moon extremes. Woo! See some cheesecake here. So this moon's beautiful. And look, it looks like a blood moon here, doesn't it? The blood moon is bringing in this passion for extremes. So now when we're talking about what you need this summer, maybe you need to take your desire to some extremes. Don't just settle for mediocre. This is the time for you to go after what you want fully, commit to it fully, and don't just settle for less, right? Don't just settle for less. Let the moon bring that abundance to you, whether it's love, lust, passion for your work, for whatever you're going for. Take it to the extreme and don't settle for mediocre. Okay. Michael says that's the one I picked. Great. We'll bring that to bed later. All right. So the third one, if you pick card number 3, this one's for you. Discernment. Now, this one's a little bit more serious, isn't it? This one is saying that, let me look at the picture here. Oh, she's got the moon in her head, and her head's in the stars. So she's holding a glowing moon. Is that the moon or the sun she's holding? Looks like the sun. Sorry, let me get it up there for you so you can see it. It's beautiful. This is beautiful artwork on this card. So you need to work on your discernment over the next 3 months to determine what it is that is really helping you to achieve your desires, and what is keeping you from that. Let me put it a little bit more on you now. What is keeping you from that? Use your discernment. Are there people who, for instance, you have set out as friends, but maybe they're not really acting as friends? So use your discernment on that. Is there a decision you have to make that you don't really want to make? You don't want to do the research on it, but you need to have that discernment. And are you calling on your intuition and feeling what's in your heart to help you make the best decisions? Because I tell you what, just using logic and your head to make decisions and calling that discernment is not as powerful or as accurate as also depending on your heart for that discernment. When you bring your heart and your intuition, you know what's going to happen already. You know, maybe not in your conscious mind, but in your subconscious mind, you know, and your higher self knows. And so you can call on that to help you make these discerning calls. And you may use some other form of divination to help you connect with those answers. So whatever it takes, whatever works best for you, use that to have discernment into the summer. So these were the three. Number one was hunger. Number two, extremes. And number three, discernment. All right. Well, that was fun. I love doing a little card reading. I haven't done that. I haven't worked with this deck in a little while, but I love working with this Queen of the Moon Oracle deck for full moon ceremonies. And I really appreciate you joining me today for that. If you have any questions, you can always follow up with me and let me know. I do want to make an announcement. Let's see how much time I have here. I was planning on using 30 minutes, so I have 3 more minutes. So on June 18th, I'm planning a workshop. It's going to be focused on creating wind flags. It'll be a 3-hour workshop for $20. And plus you'll need some materials that I'm not providing. So if you're interested in that, I'll be having I'll just make a separate little video about what materials that you'll need for that. But the total cost is very inexpensive to get in on this. And basically what the wind flag ceremonies is, or what the workshop is we're going to be, remember I called on that cardinal wind notice of the south. We're going to call on some either cardinal winds and or wind gods to help us create abundance for ourselves. And we're going to learn to work with these wind gods over the next few months. So we're going to start out with this workshop, and the workshop, you'll be creating these wind flags, and they're beautiful wind flags. And each one is, you're going to use your intuition. You're going to do a little meditation to get what symbolism you're going to put onto your flag. And it's a very creative workshop, very creative process. And then you're actually this is going to be for 6 months of wind flags. So you're going to hang these wind flags up for the next 6 months. And then, you can interact with the group from the workshop on how these wind flags are helping you going forward, or how the wind gods are helping you. The flags are just symbolic of that, right? But this is very powerful wind alchemy, and I'd love to talk to you more about that. So mark your calendars for June 18th to join me in that workshop, and I'll be giving you more information on it. Also, there's one more video. It's a pre-recorded video that I posted in the Teamage community called The Tavern, and that is on my website, theteamage.com. And I have a little community group in there. It's similar to the Facebook group, but it is under my total control as the Teamage on my website. And I'm going to be posting more and more exclusive content in there. So the video I posted today is how you can make moon water for your needs. I use moon water for drinking, for making herbal products, for rituals. Moon water is infused with the moon's energy. So I have a quick little video. It's about 7 minutes long on how to make that. If you want to go check it out on the Tavern, you're welcome to join us there. And you can just log on with your Facebook information. And that's a quick way to get into the Tavern. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful full flower moon.